For the last week or so, it has been reported in West Yorkshire by the police that a number of men have been arrested for historic child sex exploitation offences. Arrested and charged. On an almost daily basis, West Yorkshire Police have been issuing the names of every one of those arrested and charged, and these names have been predominantly Pakistani men. What West Yorkshire Police have confirmed in a roundabout way is that this, what looks like the latest of the grooming gangs to be exposed, is a cross-county line operation. What I mean by that is that this network, this gang, operated across towns and cities throughout the north of England, perhaps even further, where they were taking girls in and taking girls out. And the members of the gang, most importantly, the members of the gang, came not just from Bradford, but from other towns and cities. There are two names in this list released so far by West Yorkshire Police, and I keep referencing West Yorkshire Police on purpose, so as not to doubt the evidence of where I've got this information from. Two of the names are of serious underworld cartel figures in Oldham. Yet, whilst this has made national news, Erin Lyons, and that's her name, Erin Lyons, from the Oldham Times, nor Charlotte Green, the so-called local democracy reporter from the Manchester Evening News, funded by the BBC, which means funded by you. Neither of these individuals have sought fit to report this on any of the multiple news channels, media channels, including their own Twitter feeds. Do you not think it is in the public interest to know, to be made aware at a local level, that two Oldham men, Pakistani men, have been arrested and charged as members of this gang? Hold your horses. Let me do what I do, Harry. Let me do what I do. This is the webpage from West Yorkshire Police. You can see another man charged with non-recent child sex offences, Bradford district. There are two names here I want you to look at, and I'll get to that. Kaza Hussain from Oldham, and Saeed Shabir, also from Oldham. Kaza Hussain is charged with conspiracy to rape and false imprisonment. Saeed Shabir of Oldham is charged with conspiracy to rape and false imprisonment. Yet why is this woman, Erin Lyons, from the Oldham Times, failing to report on this? You can see there from her Twitter bio digital audience and content editor at the Oldham Times. Why has Charlotte Green, who had sent me a whole host of questions to answer, including why I claim I'm from Oldham and why you can't buy these mugs anymore on the internet. Why has Charlotte Green not reported on it? You will know, you will remember. I walked out of a courtroom recently. The Manchester Evening News, not been proven guilty or anything, happily put a photograph of me on and disclosed where I live. That was malicious and it was intentional. You will also know that Erin Lyons and her team at the Oldham Times falsely, maliciously reported that I had been arrested as part of a child sex exploitation investigation. Now, if I don't even live in Oldham, what were the Oldham Times doing reporting on that? Yet here, for two Pakistani men, once again, the pattern is familiar. Privileged, fake liberal, white women aligned with the Labour Party at the heart of the cover-up into the grooming and gang rape of children. White children. Here is the Mail. Gives you a bit more of the story of what's gone on. The girl was just aged 13, was raped, forced into prostitution and sexual activity by 24 men over 2 years in Bradford. And of course, proven innocent till guilty and all of that applies. That's all their names. There's a name, Hanan Mia. Sorry, I'll just do this and make it better for you. Hanan Mia, 37, of Manchester, is charged with multiple rapes. Why has the Manchester Evening News not reported on it? But here we have Shahid Shabir, 39 of Oldham, is charged with conspiracy to rape and false imprisonment, and Kazir Hussain, 41 of Oldham, is charged with conspiracy to rape and false imprisonment. Why is our local newspapers not reporting that 2 Oldham men have been charged with conspiracy to rape and false imprisonment linked to a 13-year-old girl who was raped, forced into prostitution and sexual activity in Bradford? Why? Why is Charlotte Green more interested in where I get my mugs from and how I identify as an Oldhamer rather than reporting on this? Let me tell you a bit more about these 2 men. This is an Oldham Chronicle, Evening Chronicle article from 2014. A 31, and I'll read it to you. Let me read it to you. I'll put it up properly so you can see it, and I'll read it to you. A 31-year-old man has been jailed for smuggling £550,000 of 1.6 kilos of pure heroin into the country, inside chessboards from Pakistan. Saeed Naveed Shabir of Copy Street was jailed for 9 years after an undercover operation by the National Crime Agency. The parcel was intercepted in September 2012 by the UK Border Force. It was addressed to a Mr. S. Ahmed at a house in Gainsborough Avenue, Coppice. The name was fictitious, but the address real. Officers passed on a dummy package delivered by an NCA officer. He got no answer but left a card referring him to a monitoring line, later called from Shabir's number. Though Manchester Crown Court heard the parcel was actually received by another man, Kazar Hussain. Hussain accused Shabir of setting him up and was cleared of all charges. So here is Kazar Hussain accusing Saeed Shabir of setting him up and was cleared of all charges. But now, here is West Yorkshire Police confirming that both of these men worked together in conspiring to rape and false imprisonment of a 13-year-old girl. Why is this not in the news? But here we have more. Here we have more. In 2011, Shabir with Milad Finn and Liaquat Khan were cleared of a gangland killing of the 21-year-old Junaid Khan. Junaid Khan, this is him. 21 years old. Was shot dead in a hail of machine gun bullets in Wearmouth. Junaid Khan was shot dead in a hail of machine gun bullets in 2009. No one has been convicted. But here you have one man now charged with a direct link to this, cleared or otherwise, direct link to this, direct link to heroin dealing, and now trafficking children. Yes, Ian, that shooting was in Wearmouth outside the, was it the chemist in the car park? The police at the time described it as a ruthless and brutal murder. All of this, you can see. Now, I have a question. I want to know what the links these two men have to Labour Party politicians in our town. We already know Arood Shah's links to Dale Cregan's getaway driver and kidnappers and torturers. We know of Jim McMahon's links to multiple criminals, including a convicted killer. Why are these two men being protected in Oldham? Why is the newspaper not reporting that these two men, why is Erin Lyons, why is Charlotte Green not reporting on these two Oldham men as central, charged with kidnapping and conspiracy to rape a 13-year-old child in Bradford. Were they bringing this girl to be raped in Oldham? My suspicions are yes. Were they also involved in taking girls from Oldham to be raped in Bradford? My suspicion is yes. Yes, Tony, that's exactly where. Thanks, John. Yeah, the surgery. Everything that is wrong in Oldham would not be possible without the complicity of the mainstream media. We know the Labour Party is corrupt. We know the council is bent. We now know all of these things. We know the police are in accelerated special measures and have been proven to be Pakistani rape gang protectors. Proven. But none of anything they do is possible without the involvement, collusion of the likes of Charlotte Green and Erin Lyons and all of the others involved in the Manchester Evening News, the Oldham Times and the Oldham Evening Chronicle. Or the Oldham Chronicle is now known as. All of them complicit, working together because all of them are connected to protect the Labour Party and the need to protect Labour Party politicians. Which takes me on to this. Only after we shamed Greater Manchester Police last week by the releasing of the 3-part YouTube video, and if you haven't watched it, please go and watch it, please share it. The evidence is conclusive, it's done in the way I deliver my content. Fact, 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 link, 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 there you go. Indisputable. The failed framing of Raj Amir set out in 3 parts. It involves this woman, Arood Shah. It involves Detective Sergeant Christopher Dean from Greater Manchester Police, Tameside Police Station. And it also involves the MP for Oldham West and Royton, Sir Keir Starmer's Shadow Minister, Jim Ignatius O'Rourke McMahon. And we have been repeatedly asking, why has no one been charged? Where are the convictions of the firebombing of Arood Shah's car? They blamed me, tried to flame me, and they blamed all of you of racism. They tried to shut us all up. And they used this to shut us all up. And now this scumbag, Jack Fifield, or however he pronounced his name, I went on his YouTube, his Twitter feed. He was recently sharing information that he had an STD. His headline is the police update into alleged firebombing of Arood Shah's car. Since when did the firebombing become an alleged firebombing? What did that video show? Did it show an alleged firebombing? Since when was it downgraded to alleged, Jack? Yeah. And the police have been caught red-handed once again in accelerated special measures. Greater Manchester Police are lying to you, and they are using the mainstream media to pass on their lies and their half-truths. They are not being truthful. Let me show you. Officers were called to Greengate Street at around 1:30 a.m. on Tuesday, July the 13th. Yeah. With a probe finding the fire had been started deliberately. So they're confirming in the content it wasn't an alleged firebombing because the fire had been started deliberately. 3 men aged 23, 22 and 21 were arrested in the months following on suspicion of arson with intent to endanger life. The last arrest was made more than a year ago. Greater Manchester Police confirmed this week that the investigation is still ongoing and that no charges have yet been filed. Anyone with information about the firebombing, blah, blah, blah. Greater Manchester Police confirmed that the investigation is ongoing. Bullshit. Liars. You arrested 3 guys. It's been over a year. The time to charge them has gone. They're not even on bail anymore, are they? Why? Greater Manchester Police are neck deep in attempting to frame me and criminalise you and silence all of you from lawfully criticising the corruption and the cover-up of the grooming and gang rape of our town's children involving Jim Ignatius O'Rourke McMahon, Debbie Abrams MP, Sean Fielding, the former leader, Arud Shah and Amanda Chadderton, the now leader, and a whole host of council officers and politicians. And they take us for fools, which is why they are now hiding that the two of the individuals central to the kidnapping, rape and human trafficking of a child in Bradford from Oldham, and they're not even reporting on it. I look forward to seeing all of you on Sunday. Please, if you find value in these transmissions, and the Sunday transmissions are subscriber only, I do not apologise. I'm not funded by the BBC. The only income I receive for doing this is through the subscriptions. £3 a month, 75 pence a week. These transmissions are free when I can. And I think they are of value, more value, to the wider public in this town. But in an ideal world, at the very least, you'd subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's completely free. You like the video if you found value in it. And as always, welcome to Oldham.
Do not fear them. Do not fear any of them.